Happy Memorial Day and welcome to Greater Nevada Field. Zach Beyruti, glad to be with you on MILB TV and the Aces Radio Network. It's the fifth of 6 games between the Reno Aces, the top affiliate of the Arizona Diamondbacks, the Tacoma Rainiers, the top affiliate of the Seattle Mariners. And Humberto Castellanos getting loose out there for the Aces. Again, the starting 9 that he'll see for Tacoma. Leading off, second baseman Shed Long. Batting second and catching, Luis Torrens. Hitting third, designated hitter Cal Raleigh. The cleanup batter is right fielder Taylor Trammell, hitting fifth, in center field Dylan Thomas. Batting sixth, playing first base Sam Travis, and rounding out the order for Tacoma, batting seventh in left field Jose Marmolejos, hitting eighth at third base Jansen Whitty, and batting ninth the shortstop Jack Reinheimer. Defensively for the Aces, the outfield left to right Camden Duzenak, Nick Heath, and Matt Lipka. The infield around the horn from third to first Drew Ellis, Giancarlo Cintrone, Andrew Young, and Seth Beer. Dalton Varsho will handle the catching duties. And Castellanos, the right-hander, is on the mound. And again, Humberto is making his fourth start for the Aces. He's 2-0 with a 3.38 ERA in his first 3 outings. He has given up 5 runs on 8 hits while walking 4, striking out 11, and that is over 13 1/3 innings of work. Castellanos most recently pitched in Sacramento on the 25th. He got the win in that game. He tossed 5 scoreless innings. He allowed 5 hits, he walked 1, and he struck out 5. He got to 2 wins in that Sacramento series, the first outing allowing just 1 run on 2 hits in 6 innings of work.
Thus,
Our
to
home plate
deliver
umpire
the
today
2
is Reed
magic
Gibbs.
words to get
Aaron
today's
Higgins, the
game
umpire at
started.
first base, and the crew
Jake,
chief Malachi
I need
Moore is
you
the
to say the
umpire
words
up at
real
third.
loud. What are the words to get today's game started?
Play ball!
And with that, we are ready to play ball here in downtown Reno as Shed Long is in from the left side. Long on Major League rehab, rehabbing stress fracture in his right shin and complications from surgery back in September to repair that. Long is batting 202 games. He has 2 hits in 15, 2 hits in 10 official at-bats. And it does not have an RBI here with Tacoma. We are ready to go. Castellanos, the right-hander, kicks and delivers, and our first pitch at 1:08 p.m. Pacific time is outside ball 1. The game time temperature here in downtown Reno is 86 degrees, and we'll have a high of about 88 today. That is projected. Outfield straight up. Castellanos delivers, and Long, a left-handed hitter, takes a called strike, and it's 1-1. The Ace is going with a very patriotic look today. It's white pants, blue jerseys with Reno written in white script across the chest, a white number outlined in red on the back of the blue jersey, and the Aces, to top it off, are wearing their red BLC caps today. So you have the layers of red, white, and blue. The pitch is outside, and it's 2-1. The Rainiers are wearing traveling gray pants, their red jerseys, and Rainiers written in white across the chest. Their white script as that pitch is up and away. And it's 3-1. White number on the back of the red jerseys for Tacoma. 3 balls and 1 strike to Shed Long again. Luis Torrens is on deck. Outfielders are straight away. Castellanos on the first base side of the slab, kicks and throws. Then a swing and a foul ball top to the on-deck area. And the count has been pushed full, 3-2 to Shed Long. Just a brilliant sunny day. Not a cloud overhead. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Castellanos fires, and Long swings and bounces one toward the middle of the infield. It's backhanded by Young, a tough throw, and he makes it to first, and a great stretch on the other end by Seth Beer. And what a way for our ball game to begin. A brilliant defensive play by Young, moving to his right, his momentum carrying him away from first, and then Seth Beer to stretch as far as he could off the bag to get the out. And with 1 away, Luis Torrens is coming up next. Torrens in from the right side. And Luis is batting 194 in 9 games. 7 hits in 36 official at-bats. 4 of those home runs, 2 of those doubles, and 10 runs batted in. And Torrens has homered twice in the series. Most recently, yesterday, his first time up in the second inning off of Corbin Martin. Here's the pitch on the way, and Torrens looks at a called strike at the knees. It's a balanced infield with the second baseman Young shaded up the middle. The outfielders are straight away. No score, just underway, top of the first. Castellanos delivers, and a fastball pumped in for a strike, and he's quickly ahead of Torrens, 0-2. Again, the home run ball has been the weapon of choice for Tacoma. 13 Rainiers have hit home runs over the last 9 games. Torrens a big part of that. Here's the 0-2, and it's outside, off speed away. Torrens wasn't chasing, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Torrens has 4 home runs since May 22nd. That's tied for the 3rd most in AAA West. Third baseman Ellis back toward the outfield grass. Castellanos delivers, and Torrens is tied up on a pitch inside, an appeal of a check swing, and he went around, says Aaron Higgins. Torrens tried to hold up, and it was apparent that he had gone around. At least immediately it was to me, and then it's confirmed with Aaron Higgins up the first base line. Torrens kind of half-heartedly put his bat through the zone. So he's tied up in knots by that inside pitch from Castellanos, who has his first strikeout, and 2 up and 2 down here in the top of the first, and Cal Raleigh coming up next. Raleigh, a very hot hitter. Raleigh batting at .351 with 5 home runs and 18 runs batted in. That pitch is a bit low, ball 1. 2 outs, bases clear, top of the first inning. The third baseman Ellis is well off the line. Overshift is onto the right side. Cintrone is to the right of second. Andrew Young in the grass and shallow right, and Beer guarding the line up the first base side. That pitch is inside, and Raleigh ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Raleigh leads all AAA hitters with 9 doubles, and tied with Joe Adell in Salt Lake for the most extra base hits with 15. He swings and pops it up on the infield. This is going to be Varsho with a can of corn right up the first base line, and he dropped it and then caught it. It popped out of his glove and then got back in his glove. And I couldn't tell from his body language if the ball had fallen to the ground. It popped out of the mitt, and if you're watching on MILB TV, you'll see on the replay, it was a pop-up, and all Varsho had to do was stand up. He was straddling the line right on the edge of the hitter's circle. It popped out of his glove, and then he had to turn and secure it back in the mitt, and that ends the inning. That was an adventure for Varsho, and nothing across for the Rainiers in the top of the first. We head to the home half. It's Tacoma nothing and Reno coming up. Logan Verrett, in his second appearance with Tacoma, will face a very potent Aces lineup, and it'll be Nick Heath, Andrew Young, and Dalton Varsho. To start it off for Reno, the defense for the Rainiers, the outfield left to right, Jose Marmoleos, Dylan Thomas, and Taylor Trammell. The infield around the horn, third to first, Jansen Whitty, Jack Reinheimer, Shed Long, and Sam Travis. Luis Torrens behind the plate, and the aforementioned right-hander Verrett is on the bump. Verrett, 6'2", 180 pounds, rocks into his delivery and fires, and Heath swings and cracks one deep to right. Trammell going back, he turns and it's gone. And the Reno Aces have hit home runs on the last 2 pitches they've seen. The walk-off shot by Holiday yesterday, and the first pitch that Nick Heath sees here on Memorial Day. And with that, it's 1-0 Aces. Nick Heath, who was ejected after his first at-bat yesterday, wasting no time setting the tone today. For Heath, his second-round tripper of the season, and the Aces grab a quick 1-0 lead. Andrew Young in from the right side, and that pitch is swung on and fouled back for strike 1. I was hopeful Young would swing at the first pitch so we could see if we get 3 straight home runs on 3 straight pitches going back to yesterday. And Young got one elevated, and it just fouled it back. Outfield straight away. Young, in his return to Reno yesterday, homered in his first at bat. It's on the way, and Andy takes a strike at the knees. And it's quickly 0-2. Young That home run is only hit yesterday. He went 1 for 3. He did reach base a second time via a walk. Verrett delivers, and a swing and a ground ball pulled to the left side, gloved by Whitty, the third baseman. A crow hop and a throw across to first to get Young. And one away, and Dalton Varsho coming up. Varsho in his first series with the Aces. And Dalton had yesterday's game off. Dalton played in the first 3 games. He homered in his first game here at Greater Nevada Field, a 2-run shot in the 5th inning on Thursday night. On Friday, he wore the collar going 0 for 5, and he went 1 for 3 in Saturday's contest. The pitch coming to Varsho, who bats left-handed against the righty. Verrett is fouled back for strike 1. Here's the 0-1, and a check swing and a pitch in the dirt. No appeal. It'll even at 1 ball and 1 strike to Varsho, who in 3 games has 3 hits and 13 official at-bats, including a home run and 2 runs batted in. One ball and 1 strike, and the pitch is a strike on the outside corner. 1-2 to Dalton Varsho. 1-0 Reno on a leadoff home run by Nick Heath in the bottom of the first inning. The outfield straight up. The shortstop Reinheimer shaded toward the middle. Third baseman Whitty way off the line, and Varsho swings and pulls it to the right side. Bounding ball to the second baseman Long, who plays it on the third hop and throws on to first to get Varsho, and 2 away. A couple of ground outs after that Heath home run, and Drew Ellis comes up next. Ellis was part of that big comeback in the 9th inning yesterday. Came up as a pinch hitter for Ryder Jones and hit a sac fly to center. In from the right side is Ellis, and the pitch coming. And Drew swings and misses at an off-speed offering, 84 miles an hour. He was out in front, and it's strike 1. Ellis batting .274. That average continues to climb. For Drew, 20 hits, 73 official at-bats. A home run and 12 runs batted in. Here's the pitch, and Ellis looks at a called strike on the inside, and quickly it's 0-2. 12 runs batted in for Ellis. That puts him 3rd most on the team. Brian Holiday, Uniel Kirakudo have 13. Domingo Leyba has 14. So among active aces, Ellis has got the 2nd most on the team. Pitch on the way is swung on and missed. A slider down and away, and Ellis chasing, and the inning is over. But Nick Heath with a leadoff home run on the first pitch thrown by Logan Verrett. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and none left. And we go to the 2nd in Reno. It's the Aces 1 and the Rainiers 0 on MILB TV and the Aces Radio Network. A 1-0 Aces lead, courtesy of a Nick Heath home run. We go to the top of the 2nd inning. And in conjunction with the Washoe County Health District, the Aces are thrilled to announce to fans that capacity at Greater Nevada Field returns to 100% starting on Thursday, this Thursday, June 3rd. And tickets for June dates are currently on sale at renoaces.com or by texting TIXX to 21003. Again, that's TIXX to 21003 to get your tickets as we return to 100% capacity on Thursday. That's the opener of the series with the Sacramento River Cats. Here's the pitch on the way from Castellanos, working again with a 1-0 lead, and it's outside to Taylor Trammell. Trammell is in from the left side. Trammell batting .382 in 16 games, the reigning AAA West Player of the Week, and it's on the way, and it is a strike on the outside corner. Trammell with 6 home runs and 18 runs batted in. Trammell was kept relatively quiet yesterday. He did drive in a run, but he went 0 for 5. That RBI came on a ground out. Overshift onto the right side. Trammell swings and fouls it back to the screen. And Castellanos is ahead 1-2. Humberto Castellanos, a guy that's going to come at you with a few different arm angles. And he'll throw any pitch at any count. He's kind of a tough guy to pick up if you're the hitter. Some good deception there, and now time is called. I mentioned this during the Sacramento series, but I was talking with Rick Short, the Aces hitting coach, and he said that facing guys like Castellanos used to be a nightmare for him. The pitch is just off the inside. Looked pretty good. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes, but when you can't really pinpoint from where the ball is coming in terms of the arm angle, really does kind of make it tough on the hitters, and Castellanos does a great job with that deception. The pitch is swung on and lifted toward the right field line. Lipka is moving over to his left, and Lipka will make the catch. They say in fair territory. He jumped over the line just as he was making the catch, but it happens in fair territory, says Aaron Higgins, the first base umpire. And there's one away. Trammell, a dangerous hitter, disposed of, and Dylan Thomas is coming up next. Dylan Thomas has homered in his last 3 games. Thomas did not play on Friday, but he homered yesterday, Saturday, and Thursday. So both he and Cal Raleigh in their last 3 games played have homered. And Thomas in from the left side. Dylan with that home run, that was his only hit yesterday. He went 1 for 3. He also drew a walk. Castellanos deals, and it is outside, ball 1. Aces 1, Rainiers nothing. Top of the 2nd inning. The pitch is in tight. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Dylan Thomas spent last season in the A's organization. And he waits the 2-0 pitch, and it is a strike. That one right in there from Castellanos, and it's 2-1. He was in the Brewers organization in 2019 and set career highs in games played, hits, home runs, RBI, triples, walks, steals. Pitch is a bit low, and it's 3-1. He was with the Biloxi AA in the Brewers organization. But he came off a great year in 2019. And then again spent 2020 with the A's organization. He was a midseason all-star in the Southern League in 2019. You might imagine so with those numbers. That pitch in for a called strike. And it's another full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Dylan Thomas. The pitch, and Thomas takes wide, ball 4. So Thomas walks, and that is the first batter to reach versus Castellanos, and it brings up Sam Travis. Just to finish that thought with Thomas and the A's, he never did play in a game with the A's in 2020, but he was in their organization. It's like there's an extra layer to unpack when talking about players in 2020. Because a lot of teams had players in the organization that never saw time with the lost minor league season. That pitch is in tight, ball 1. And those players could have been at the alt site, but those stats weren't kept. Alt site was basically just a glorified spring training. There's the 1-0. And a swing and a fly ball lifted to deep right. Lipka's going back, angled to his left. Lipka is at the wall, and he runs out of room. It's gone. So this time it's Sam Travis getting in on the home run act for Tacoma. And the Rainiers have a 2-1 lead. So Travis puts Tacoma in front. And for Sam Travis, in this his 18th game, that is his 3rd home run of the season with Tacoma. Again, I'll read it again. 13 Rainiers have hit home runs over the last 9 games. And here comes Jose Marmoleos. Marmoleos in from the left side. He's batting .333, Marmoleos, in 5 games. That pitch is outside, ball 1. 5 hits, 15 official at-bats, including a home run and 4 runs batted in. Three to the right of second with the overshift on, and Castellanos delivers, and it is a breaking ball missing wide. And it's 2-1 to Marmoleos, who last played at this ballpark in a Fresno Grizzlies uniform when the Grizzlies were in the PCL in 2019 as a member of the Washington Nationals. There's the 2-0, and a swing and a fly ball lifted to left field. Not very good wood on it, but Duzenak is going to the corner, a sliding attempt, and he cannot come up with it. It's a foul ball, though. Good pursuit by Camden Duzenak, went sliding with a backhand. Again, Marmoleos didn't get good wood on it, but it kept on slicing and stayed in the field of play. That was foul by inches. Ooh, was it? I don't know. If you're watching the replay on MILB TV, that was awfully close. Of course, no replay review at this level. 2 balls and 1 strike. I bet that would be reviewed, though, in the big leagues. The 2-1 is inside, and now 3-1. There's a swing and a foul back off the netting. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Marmoleos. 1 out, the base is empty. 2 runs in on the 2-run homer by Sam Travis. Tacoma with a 2-1 lead. Each team with a hit and each team with a home run. Here's the 3-2, and it's outside, up and away. So Castellanos walks Marmoleos, and Jansen Whitty comes up with 1 on and 1 out. Whitty, a right-handed hitter playing in his 21st game with the Rainiers, is batting .286, 22 hits, 77 official at-bats, 2 home runs, and 7 runs batted in. The pitch is in tight, ball 1. Jansen Whitty had a non-roster invitation to Red Sox spring training in 2020 and appeared in 11 spring training games with Boston. In from the right side, the 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed. 90-mile-an-hour fastball there from Castellanos. In on the hands, and it's 1-1. Whitty out of TCU. He was drafted by the Red Sox in 2013. And a split time in 2019 between AA Portland and AAA Pawtucket. Here's the 1-1. And it's up and in. 2 balls and 1 strike to Jansen Whitty as Castellanos falls behind. Marmoleos is at first, one of 2 Rainiers to have walked in this inning. That pitch is swung on and missed, and it's now 2-2. Another 90-mile-an-hour fastball from Castellanos. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Umberto in that bright sunshine brings it belt high and now deals the 2-2 and a swing and a liner cracked foul off to the right. Fans still filing in here on Memorial Day. It's going to be a great crowd, probably another COVID capacity crowd. A lot of fans are camped under the overhang on the third base side with that bright sunshine. Here's the 2-2. And a swing and a miss. He changed speeds, slowed it down to 77. So Castellanos hits the brakes on that pitch, and Jansen Woody way out in front. And that's the second strikeout for Castellanos, and Jack Reinheimer is up next. Reinheimer, the 9th place hitter, is in the midst of a nice stretch. He went 2 for 4 yesterday, and he went 2 for 3 on Saturday. So 4 for his last 7 is Reinheimer. The pitch swung on, fouled back for strike 1. Marmoleos at first base with 2 outs. Tacoma with the lead 2-1 on a 2-run homer by Sam Travis earlier in the frame. This next pitch will be number 40 for Humberto Castellanos, who was originally a Houston Astros farmhand, and Castellanos made his big league debut in 2020. 8 games out of the pen with Houston. Allowed 8 runs on 12 hits in 10 2/3 innings. The stretch, the pitch, and it is outside. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1. A swing and a miss, off speed away at 76. That was a tantalizing breaking ball, and Reinheimer bit on it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. There's the 1-2, and a swing and a little flare, shallow center field. That is a base hit, and holding at second base is Marmoleos. That is the way that Reinheimer's been swinging the bat. He's been throwing the bat head out there, and a couple of his hits most recently have been because he just kind of throws the bat head out and floats it into shallow center or right center. So that's been working for Reinheimer, that approach. Hits don't have to be pretty. And now the top of the order, Shed Long. Long grounded out to the second baseman Young on a nice play made by Young to open the ball game. His momentum taking him away from first base. Long in from the left side, an open stance, and the pitch from Castellanos is up and away, ball 1. Tacoma 2, Reno 1. Top of the second inning. Shed Long is the 7th man to bat here in what's been a long top of the second. Here's the 1-0, and it is a strike on the outside corner. Evens it at 1-1. There's barely a breath of wind at the moment. If there's anything, that breeze is gently pushing the flags toward center field. Pitch is in tight, and it's 2-1. The 2-1 is swung on and roped foul off to the right. That was a breaking ball down and in, and Shed Long turned on it. Pulverized it down to the right field corner, and I think it ricocheted off some seats and out to Matt Lipka. That's how hard it was hit. So Lipka's going to toss it back over the protective netting. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Long is up and away, and now it's 3-2. And Castellanos is in danger of walking his 3rd batter of the inning if he loses Long. There is bullpen activity for the Aces. Humberto delivers. Runners go, and it's inside, and indeed it's the 3rd walk of the inning issued by Humberto Castellanos. So that loads him up for Luis Torrens. Torrens, who's homered twice in this series, will bat for the 2nd time in as many innings. He struck out swinging his first time. Matt Gage is warming up for the Aces, and here comes Jeff Bajanero to help Castellanos try and figure out how to find his way out of the woods here in the top of the second, with Tacoma leading 2-1, and the bases loaded. For injured bones, joints, and muscles, skip the ER and head for Rock Express as the region's only physician-staffed orthopedic urgent care. Rock Express provides expert care that's faster and more affordable than the ER. Visit renoortho.com. Zach Bayruti, glad to be with you on a Memorial Day Monday and a matinee here in downtown Reno. Tacoma 2, Reno 1. This game started with Nick Heath going deep for the Aces, and here in the top of the second, it was Sam Travis hitting a 2-run shot, and the Rainiers looking for more with the bases full and 2 outs. Torrens again struck out swinging in the first and batting for the second time in as many innings. So Torrens in from the right side. It is Marmoleos at third, Reinheimer at first, and Reinheimer at second, beg your pardon, and Long at first. That pitch is in for a called strike. And 0-1 to Torrens. There's the 0-1. And a swing and a foul back, and now 0-2. Castellanos with the 0-2. A swing and a foul back. That was a fastball racing up and in at 91. And impressive that Torrens was able to make contact. Again, the base is loaded with 2 outs. And a pivotal moment here in this game in the early going. No balls, 2 strikes. Castellanos brings his pitch to Torrens, and it is up and away at 80. Torrens wasn't chasing, and it's 1-2. I mean, Torrens probably on guard for a pitch like that in this situation. One ball and 2 strikes. Castellanos getting the signs from Varsho, and is still waiting, and now Torrens will step out. One ball, 2 strikes. Castellanos delivers. And a fastball away. Torrens letting it go by. The fans not happy with that call, but looked like it was a bit outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Castellanos saw a lot of stops in 2019 with the Astros. Quad Cities, Fayetteville, Round Rock, and of course Houston, the big leagues. That pitch is low and outside, and now it's 3-2. And there is nowhere to put Luis Torrens. Again, Torrens is kind of an all-or-nothing hitter, so you know he's going to be taking a big swing if he gets one to hit. 3-2, runners go, a swing and a line drive right field. That's a base hit. Marmoleos scores. Behind him is Reinheimer. He'll score. Going first to third is Shed Long, and it's a 2-run single for Luis Torrens. And this tough inning wears on for Humberto Castellanos. It's now 4-1 Tacoma. 3-2 pitch, and it was hit on the button the opposite way, and here comes Blake Lawley, and that will do it for Humberto Castellanos. A short afternoon. After a 1-2-3 first inning, how things have turned. Castellanos walked 3 batters this inning. And just a moment ago, a 2-run single hit by Luis Torrens. So Long will be at third, Torrens at first, Cal Raleigh coming up, and he'll face Gage, the new Aces pitcher. We'll talk about Gage when we come back after this call to the bullpen break From Greater Nevada Field, we are still in the top of the second inning at the corners with 2 outs for the Rainiers, who lead the Aces 4-1. And we're back after this on MILB TV and the Aces Radio Network. It's the Reno Aces debut of Matt Gage, who was sent here from AA Amarillo. So Gage had been pitching with Amarillo and sent here 2 days ago. He was added to the roster, and he inherits a situation with runners at the corners and 2 outs. The runners belong to Humberto Castellanos, who's given up to this point 4 runs in the second. And Cal Raleigh, a switch hitter, will turn around and bat right-handed against the lefty Gage, the kick and the pitch. And Gage takes low and inside, ball 1. This is Gage's first season as a Diamondbacks farmhand. Originally drafted by the Giants in the 10th round in 2014 out of Siena. Gage fires, and it is a strike on the inside corner, and it's 1-1. Gage spent 3 years at Siena, which competes in the Mid-Atlantic Athletic Conference, the MAC. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a shot that is a fair ball, they say, down to the left field corner. So long scores. Hitting third base is Torrens. The throw in is not going to be in time. Into second base with an RBI double goes Cal Raleigh. I don't know about that. I thought that was foul. Watching on the replay, the MILB TV replay, and Blake Lawley is looking up the third base line now. He has come out to argue this with Reed Gibbs. It took Reed Gibbs a little while to make that call. Obviously a tough call for him, kind of looking up the line. It bounced behind the third base bag, so Reed Gibbs had a long way to look. And if you're going frame by frame, I mean, to the naked eye, it looks like the ball is to the left of the line, but it very well could have gotten a piece of the chalk. I just don't know. Obviously, it's tough sometimes for the umpires to see it in real time as well. So it'll be a double for Cal Raleigh. And it's 5-1 Tacoma. That run belongs to Castellanos, who is still responsible for Torrens at third. So now Trammell batting for the second time this inning as Tacoma's batted around. He'll take outside, ball 1. Outfield is straight away. The infield overshifted to the right side for the left-handed hitting Trammell, who takes up and away. 2 balls and no strikes. With Amarillo, Gage had made 7 relief appearances, 13 1/3 innings. He allowed 2 runs, 1 of them earned on 9 hits. 1 walk and 18 strikeouts. Those are great numbers over 13 and a third innings. Gage delivers, and a swing and a miss. That one darting down and away from the left-handed hitting Trammell, and it's 2-1. Gage, big fella, 6'2", 240 pounds. Here's the 2-1, and it is low and outside, and it's 3-1. Gage, a native of, and I apologize if I'm butchering the pronunciation, Brattlebin, New York. I'm an East Coast native. I've not heard of that town. I'm guessing that's how you say it. Apologies if not. The pitch is in the dirt, ball 4, so Trammell walks. So the bases are loaded again, and Dylan Thomas is coming up. Thomas walked and scored earlier this inning. Again, it's a 5-run inning now for the Rainiers. And they have been gifted 4 walks now. Torrens at third, Raleigh at second, Trammell at first, and Dylan Thomas in from the left side with Tacoma leading 5-1. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a foul to the backstop, and Dylan Thomas lost a grip on the bat and kind of lost his footing a little bit too. That was awkward. Thomas does some landscaping in that left-handed hitter's batter's box before digging back in. Looks at his bat, takes his place on the back line of that batter's box with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Here's the 0-1, and a swing and a miss. High fastball at 94. So Gage going with the high octane, and he gets ahead with it, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded, 2 outs. Gage in his aces debut trying to get Reno out of Dodge here in the top of the second. Here's the 0-2, and it's up and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball and 2 strikes. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Gage, a letter high set, and the pitch. And it's up high, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Thomas coming up for a second time. 11 have come up this inning now for the Rainiers. Here's the 2-2 on the way, and Thomas swings and misses. He got him on an 87-mile-an-hour pitch, and perhaps he fouled it into the mitt of Dalton Varsho. The inning is over either way, and Gage will strand one of his 2 inherited runners. But the Rainiers bat 11. They get 4 walks in the inning. They also get 5 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, including a home run, a 2-run blast by Travis. No errors, and the bases left loaded. And we go to the bottom of the second. It's Tacoma 5 and Reno 1 on MILB TV and the Aces Radio Network. Well, the Aces started the scoring. They threw the first punch in the bottom of the first on the first pitch thrown by Logan Verrett. Nick Heath going deep, but since then, it's been all Rainiers. Tacoma with a 5-run top of the second inning, and the Aces come to bat in the home half of the second, all of a sudden trailing 5-1. Seth Beard, Jamie Ritchie, Matt Lipka will all come up for the first time and face Verrett, who set 3 down in order after giving up that home run to Heath on the first pitch that he threw. So Beer is in from the left side. Seth batting .284 in 22 games, 3 home runs and 8 runs batted in. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a foul back over the netting. I think it went up into the sweets. There's some ooze as that ball hit whatever it hit. Wish I could tell you. 0-1 to Seth Beer. The pitch, and a swing and a foul back. And it's now 0-2, and it's like that ball got into the stands, and hopefully the fans over there are all right. I think it got someone on the carom. No balls and 2 strikes. And here's the pitch, and Seth takes off his leg. That was down and in, and it got him on his right leg, his front leg. So Beer is hit by a pitch. I feel like Seth's been hit by a pitch quite a bit. Let's see. Yeah, that's the 8th time he's been hit by a pitch. No other Aces hitter has been hit more than once. Glad I wasn't imagining things. He's been plunked quite a bit. As Richie in from the right side, and the pitch coming, and Richie takes low, ball 1. Jamie Ritchie batting .364 in 15 games. 16 hits, 44 official at-bats, a home run, and 9 runs batted in. The pitch is a strike on the inside corner, and it's even at 1-1. Logan Verrett out of Baylor, and the Mets drafted him originally in the 3rd round, had the 101st overall selection in the 2011 draft. Pitch is swung on and grounded sharply foul outside of 3rd. And the fans say, hey, that was a fair ball. They're getting on the case of the home plate umpire, Reed Gibbs, from that call in the top of the 2nd inning, that Cal Raleigh double. I'll say this, though. I think the Aces caught a break earlier in that inning on that Duzenak sliding attempt in the left field corner. I thought that ball may have been fair. One ball and 2 strikes, and a pitch. And Richie swings and lines one toward right. That is going to be caught on a sliding catch made by Taylor Trammell, who was racing in and to his left. That one just kind of hung up there and wouldn't sit for Jamie Ritchie, and Trammell, a feet-first sliding grab on a ball that was struck well by Jamie, hit the other way. And they just couldn't get it to sit. Big play by Trammell, but he doesn't make that play. You're talking about 2 on with nobody out. And instead, it's a much more comfortable situation for Verrett with a runner at first and 1 away, and Lipka coming up. Lipka in from the right side. And Matt batting .308 in 12 games. No homers and 7 runs batted in. Here's the pitch, and Lipka swings and lifts one foul out of play to the right. Lipka yesterday went 1 for 3. He had a single and a run scored. He scored on that 3-run homer by Holiday that ended the ball game. Lipka drew a walk just ahead of that home run. Here's the pitch, and a check swing, but he went, right, on the appeal. There was no appeal. They say he went. The home plate umpire, Reed Gibbs, ruling himself. So it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. I thought Reed Gibbs was appealing up the line. He was pointing at Lipka, saying that he indeed had gone around in his judgment. I wouldn't disagree. No balls and 2 strikes to Matt. Camden Duzenak is coming up next. Right fielder, or the center fielder, Thomas, is playing towards right field. The pitch swung on and lifted to straightaway center field. Thomas sizing it up through the bright sunshine, now comes in a few paces and makes the catch for out number 2. We've seen defenders have a hard time with the sun in the last couple of games, going back to the 4 o'clock game on Saturday even. Camden Duzenak is in from the right side, batting with Beer at first base, and 2 outs, and Tacoma leading 5-1. Duzenak batting .333, 6 hits, 21 official at bats, 2 homers and 7 runs batted in, and the pitch is taken outside, ball 1. Verrett was a late sign by the Mets when he was drafted out of Baylor in 2011. He didn't sign until August, right before the signing deadline. So he didn't make his professional debut until 2012 as that swung on and missed. Pitch moving down and away, and it's 1-1. That was with Savannah. Low A is Savannah for the Mets. And then he got bumped up to High A in St. Lucie in the Florida State League. Had a 2.70 ERA in his first full professional season combined between the 2 stops as Duzenak swings and lifts one to shallow right center field. Thomas moving to his left makes the catch, and the inning is over. So Beer hit by a pitch to start the inning and nothing more. No runs, hits, errors, and a man left stranded for the Aces. And on to the 3rd in downtown Reno. It's Tacoma 5 and Reno 1 on the Aces Radio Network and MILB TV. Sam Travis will get the top of the 3rd started for the Rainiers, who lead at 5-1. Before we get started here, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Aces Radio Network. First pitch of the 3rd inning is in the dirt and skips to the backstop out of the hands of Matt Gage. Out of the hand of Matt Gage, and it's ball 1. Along with Sean Fincham back at our KPLY studios, Mike Harrison, his outstanding video team, getting this broadcast to you via MILB TV. Zach Bayruti, glad to be with you from the booth here at Greater Nevada Field, where the Tacoma Rainiers lead the Reno Aces 5-1. That pitch is low and in, and it's 2-0. A happy Memorial Day to you, and again, thank you so much to those who are serving and who have served. We are indebted. 2 balls and no strikes to Travis, who hit a 2-run homer to get that 2nd inning started. The pitch is swung on and drilled high and deep to center field. Heath going back, angled to his left. He's at the track, leaps at the wall, and it's gone. And it's a 2-homer day so far for Sam Travis. Travis going to a big part of the yard that time, just to the right of the brick and straightaway center as you're getting out towards 424 feet. So Travis has doubled his home run total on the season in his first 2 at-bats of the game today. And it's 6-1 Tacoma. And up comes Jose Marmoleos. Marmoleos walked and scored, one of the 4 walks drawn by Tacoma hitters in that 2nd inning. The pitch on the way from Gage is a strike on the outside corner. So that's the first run Gage allows in an Aces uniform. Humberto Castellanos couldn't find his way out of the woods in that 2nd inning. Castellanos went an inning and 2/3 as the pitch is swung on and missed. Kind of a half swing there from Marmoleos, and it's 0-2. 5 runs given up by Castellanos, all earned on 3 hits. Here's the 0-2, and a swing and a line drive left center field. That'll get down for a base hit. Heath moving to his right to cut it off in the alley, and Jose Marmoleos, an 0-2 single. And here come the Rainiers again. So a run in on the home run by Travis, and then the single by Marmoleos puts one on with nobody out, and Jansen Whitty coming up. 3 walks were issued by Castellanos, and he struck out 2. So that's Humberto's final line today. An inning and 2/3, he allowed 5 runs, all earned on 3 hits, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. 6-1 Tacoma. And the pitch is in the dirt, ball 1. Some symmetry out there on that line score. 6 runs, 6 hits for the Rainiers. 1 run, 1 hit for the Aces, and neither team has committed an error. Gage, the big lefty, has an open set on the third base side of the slab. He delivers, and it's in there for a strike, and it's even at 1-1. Gage has a wide stance before he kicks and fires. Reno Aces baseball brought to you by Greater Nevada Credit Union, the title sponsor of Greater Nevada Field, of course. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jansen Whitty with the Jack Reinheimer on deck. And here it comes, and it is a strike at the knees. And now 1-2. Here's the 1-2, and a swing and a bouncing ball to second, should be 2. Young spears it, goes to Cintron for 1, on to first for 2, and a double play. And that'll be a big help to Matt Gage here in the top of the third. It goes 4-6-3. And with that, 2 outs and the base is empty, and Reinheimer coming up. Reinheimer, who apparently has perfected the art of throwing the bat at the ball, again, has had some unconventional looking hits over the last couple of games, just kind of throwing the barrel of the bat out there. And flicking the ball into the outfield will take a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. Hey, it works. I'm not knocking it. Reinheimer singled and scored as part of that 5-run top of the second inning. The pitch is swung on, fouled back over our heads. Infield is balanced for the right-handed hitting Reinheimer. The outfielders are, for the most part, straight away. Heath may be a tad towards right field from center. Here it comes, and it's very high, up and in. A ball and 2 strikes, and here comes, and a swing and a foul off to the right. There's the 1-2. Just off the inside with a fastball at 86. Didn't miss by much. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I think board's been at 1-2 for a while, so I think maybe the board might be stuck. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a fly ball to shallow center. Initially, Heath broke back. Now he has to come in, and Heath will make a basket-style shoestring catch to end the inning. Heath went back initially and then had the speed to sprint in and cover the necessary ground to get there and make the catch that retires the side. But the Rainiers add, what else? Another home run, this time the second home run of the afternoon for Sam Travis. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, none left, and midway through 3 in downtown Reno, it's the Rainiers 6, the Aces 1 on MILB TV and the Aces Radio Network. Bottom of the third inning, and the Aces coming up, trailing 6-1. Sam Travis going yard again to add to the Tacoma lead. And Giancarlo Cintron will bat for the first time. Tacoma has gone now twice through the order, before the Aces have gone once completely through. And again, Cintron, the 9th place hitter. JC batting .233 in 9 games. No homers and 2 runs batted in. He swings the first pitch and fouls it at the plate. Strike 1 on Cintron, to be followed by Nick Heath and then Andrew Young. That pitch is low and in, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1, and a swing and a miss. That pitch moving down and away. And it's 1-2 to Giancarlo Cintron. The Aces' 1 run came on the first pitch of the day from Logan Verrett. Nick Heath deposited it over the right field fence. Heath is on deck. Here's the 1-2. And a swing and a fly ball. This is a lazy fly toward the right field line. Trammell going over, fighting the sun, and Trammell makes the catch, they say, in fair territory just as he crosses the line. Trammell, it got a bit dicey for him there just as he made his final approach, but he hangs with it through the tough sun, and there's 1 away. And now the top of the order, and Heath, who, again, homered on the first pitch that he saw his first time up. It's Nick Heath's 3rd career leadoff home run. Also the quickest home run he's hit in his career in a game. The previous fastest was on an 0-1 pitch. And the last time he led off with a home run came on July 2nd, 2019, when he was at Double-A with Northwest Arkansas versus Arkansas. That pitch is lined foul, third base side. And it's strike 1. Here's the pitch, and it is a strike on the inside corner. And now 0-2. Here's the 0-2, and Heath takes up and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Verrett now making his 2nd pass through the order. Only 2 reached. The Heath home run, and then Seth Beer was hit by a pitch to start the 2nd. He never got off of first base. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here comes, and Heath swings and lifts one to shallow left center field. Marmoleos and Thomas. It'll be Marmoleos making the catch. More in straightaway left than in left center. Dylan Thomas was ranging over that way, but then realized it was slicing in the direction of Marmoleos. So Heath puts it in the air again, but this time it stays in the yard, and with 2 away, Andrew Young coming up. Young grounded out to the third baseman, Whitty, his only other time up. Pitch is swung on and missed, and it's 0-1 to Young. Verrett rocks into his delivery, and it is a strike on the inside at 84. So Young behind in the count, 0-2. The base is empty, 2 outs, 6-1 Rainiers. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss off speed, and Young swung over the top of it. And that strikeout punctuates a 1-2-3 inning for Verrett, and that is his 2nd strikeout of the afternoon, and nothing across for the Aces in the third. As we mosey into the middle innings, we go to the top of the 4th. It's the Rainiers 6, the Aces 1 on MILB TV and the Aces Radio Network. Top of the 4th inning, and it's Tacoma 6, Reno 1. Zach Bayruti, glad to be with you on Memorial Day and for the 5th game of the 6-game series tomorrow, 6:35 p.m. Pacific time. First pitch, our pregame coverage on the radio at 6:25. As that pitch in for a called strike to Shed Long, who bats for a 3rd time, and it's 0-1. Gage is still out there for the Aces. Gage gave up the home run to Sam Travis in the 3rd inning. Travis has homered twice in this game, once off of Castellanos and once off of the lefty Gage. The 0-1, a swing and a ground ball right to the shortstop Cintron. He gathers it in, throws on to first, and in plenty of time to get Shed Long, who's now 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. There's 1 away, and Luis Torrens is coming up. Tomorrow, Josh Green will look to stay unbeaten in AAA. and Tacoma has yet to announce its starter, but again, a 6:35 start time. A day off on Wednesday, and then the Aces right back at it here at 100% capacity at Greater Nevada Field to open their series with Sacramento on Thursday. RenoAces.com for your tickets. It's going to be a great weekend and hopefully a celebration of everybody getting back here and getting together again, as that swung on and fouled at the plate for strike one on Luis Torrens. Especially if we have weather like this coming weekend, man. It's going to be a party up in here. The pitch is swung on and bounced third base side foul, and it's 0-2. Thursday's game against Sacramento, Thirsty Thursday, Coors Light Thirsty Thursday, 6:35 start time. $2 Coors Light drafts, $4 Ace Ball Ales. If you've not tried the Ace Ball Ales from Hop Valley Brewing, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're missing out. You got to try those. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a shot past the diving third baseman Ellis into left field, and a base hit for Luis Torrens. So Torrens, who's been known to hit home runs and nothing else this season, has 2 singles today. Go figure. Had a 2-run single in the second, and now singles to get aboard with 1 out here in the 4th. He's the lone base runner for Cal Raleigh. On Friday, this Friday, 6:35 versus the River Cats. It's a St. Mary's Fireworks Friday. Saturday, it's a 6:35 start. Summer opening night. And then day baseball day baseball on Sunday. This feels like a Sunday because it's Memorial Day, but day baseball on Sunday featuring Dollar Hot Dogs. That's a 1:05 start time on Sunday. And then a week from today, 6:35 p.m. Military Monday, and a week from tomorrow, the 8th, to wrap up the homestand, it's a Taco Tuesday at 6:35 p.m. against the River Cats. A swing and a pop-up foul back out of play. And strike one on Cal Raleigh. A day off on the 9th, and then the road will take us to Vegas on Thursday the 10th. And we'll talk about that road series as it approaches. But plenty of home games coming up. And again, for tickets and promotion info, RenoAces.com. 100% capacity starting on Thursday. The 0-1 swung on and lined into center field. That's a base hit. Holding at second base is Torrens. And Cal Raleigh is 2 for 3 and in the midst of another strong performance at the plate. Trammell is in from the left side, and Taylor Trammell is 0 for 1 with a walk. He was one of 4 batters who walked as part of that second inning in which 11 men came to the plate for the Rainiers. 6-1 Tacoma. The Rainiers are now out hitting the Aces 8-1. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss. 92-mile-an-hour fastball elevated by Gage, and it's 0-1 to Trammell. Trammell, the MVP of the 2018 Futures game. Former first-round pick of the Reds, 35th overall in 2016. Here's the pitch, and Trammell takes inside. Levels the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Torrens at second, Raleigh at first. Gage was able to induce a 4-6-3 double play off the bat of Jansen Whitty in the 3rd inning. He'd love to induce another twin killing here, get him out of the inning. Here's the pitch, runner's bluff, is swinging a little flare, shallow left field. Duzenak was running to his right, now he comes in, and it falls in front of him for another base hit. Duzenak had a hard time reading it off the bat. You can understand why it's so bright out there. He was moving to his right originally and then tried to come in, but by that point he had already taken the wrong path to it. He was moving toward the line. Had he come straight in and to his right, he may have had a shot. Again, that's not Duzenak's fault at all. That's just because it's so bright out there. It's tough to get the read at the crack of the bat. And Jeff Bajanero will make another visit to the mound First time he's had to visit Matt Gage. He visited Castellanos before he was unable to make it out of the second inning. So bases loaded with one out, and the Rainiers trying to put up a crooked number here with Dylan Thomas coming up. Thomas is 0 for 1. He has walked and struck out, and both of those occurred in the second inning. Both of his ABs came in inning number 2, when again the Rainiers batted 11 in the frame. So bases loaded with one out for Tacoma. Dylan Thomas, dangerous hitter at the plate, and Thomas takes a strike on the outside corner. And Thomas has just been an on-base machine for Tacoma. He's been aboard at least twice in 9 of his last 11 contests. Currently has a .473 on-base percentage. But not the guy you want to face with the bases loaded. The 0-1 is swung on and fouled back, and it's 0-2. That ball hit off the facing of the Sweets and came right back onto the field. Up the third base line, Dalton Varsho has to go retrieve it. Carlos Navas is getting loose in the Reno bullpen. So Navas is out there. Here's the 0-2, and it's up and away. Good take by Thomas. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Dylan Thomas. Sam Travis is on deck, and Travis has homered twice in this game, as you probably know by now. You've been with us the whole time. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Torrens at third, Raleigh at second, and Trammell at first. They all singled with 1 out. The 1-2 from Gage is in the dirt, a check swing, and did he go? No, says Malachi Moore, the umpire who's standing in the middle of the diamond off to the third base side. Close, but Thomas held up, and it's 2-2. Interesting replay if you're watching on MILB TV. Initially, I thought he went around, and Malachi Moore is in a tough position on which to rule on that, being in the middle of the diamond. Here's the 2-2, and a swing and a foul back. Well, you know Dylan Thomas is going to grind here. Most guys who get on base as much as he does know how to grind out at bats. Two balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. And Thomas swings and foul tips into the mid of Varsho. Was waiting to see if Dalton had squeezed it. He did. So Gage wins the battle. He got him with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Good at bat put up by Dylan Thomas, but Gage will get a strikeout in a very key spot and keeps the runners where they are. And here comes Blake Lally, and this will do it for Matt Gage. So Carlos Navas will come in and inherit a bases-loaded 2-out situation. And for Gage, that is his 2nd strikeout of the contest. So the Aces debut for Matt Gage is done. To this point, he has allowed 1 run, but he leaves responsible for all 3 base runners. Navas will come in and face Sam Travis, who will be facing his 3rd different pitcher. And Navas will try and keep him in the yard when he comes out of the bullpen, which he's doing right now. We'll step aside. Again, we'll come back for more top of the 4th. Bases loaded, 2 outs for the Rainiers, who lead at 6-1, and we're back after this on MILB TV and the Aces Radio Network. Blake Lally hands the ball over to Carlos Navas, and Navas will inherit a bases loaded 2-out situation. Tacoma leading 6-1. Obviously, this Aces team can erase a deficit in a hurry, but Navas's job will be to not let this get out of hand. And he'll face Sam Travis, who has homered twice off of 2 different pitchers. He got Castellanos in the second and Gage in the third. And in from the right side, facing Navas in the fourth, and he swings at the first pitch and fouls it off to the right for strike 1. Navas at times has been one of the Aces' most effective relievers this season, and at times he's really struggled, so we'll see which Carlos Navas we get here today. Here's the pitch, and it's going to hit him. It got him up high to get him on the shoulder and maybe glance off of the helmet. Travis is walking up the first base line. He's going to be looked at by the trainer, and on replay we'll see where exactly it got him. It got him on the hands, and then it caromed up and to the backstop. And Travis takes the batting glove off of his left hand, so I think it got him on the wrist. And Josh DiLoretto, the athletic trainer, having a look at Travis as he walks up the line. And I think Travis is going to come out of this game. So a tough break for Sam Travis, who had homered his first 2 times up. Gets hit by a pitch. He was in the midst of a great afternoon. It's going to be an RBI the hard way for Travis, so he picks up his 4th RBI of the game. Getting hit on the wrist, it's now 7-1 Rainiers. So Torrens scores. Now to be Raleigh at third, Trammell at second, and whoever's going to pinch run for Travis at first, looks like Ty Kelly is going to be the guy. So that run charged to Gage, who's still responsible for Raleigh at third, Trammell at second. And Chris Negron is going over the lineup card with Reed Gibbs. So this is obviously going to create a defensive shuffle. Keep an eye on what happens defensively once we get to the bottom of the 4th inning. That pitch is outside, ball 1. To Jose Marmoleos. Marmoleos has not been retired. He's walked and singled. Navas delivers, and a swing and a foul ball lifted off to the left, and it's 1-1. Matt Gage went 2 innings. Gage gave up 6 hits. He walked 1 and struck out 2. A pitch outside, and it's 2-1. And to this point, Gage is responsible for 2 runs having scored, and he's responsible for the 2 lead runners here, Raleigh at third and Trammell at second. Carlos Navas trying to help him out. Navas hit Sam Travis, who is now out of the game, as Kelly in as a pinch runner at first. It's on the way, and a check swing at a high fastball. Marmoleos did not pull the trigger. No appeal needed. It's 3-1, and this is now an unenviable spot for Navas. He has to come in here to Marmoleos, or else he'll walk in another run. Tacoma leading 7-1. The 3-1. Up and away, he walked him. So now 8-1 Tacoma. Another run charged to the ledger of Gage. Trammell is at third, And now the pinch runner Kelly at second, Marmoleos at first. And Jansen Whitty coming up. Whitty has been the only guy left out of the party today for Tacoma. He has struck out and hit into a 4-6-3 double play. Here's the pitch from Navas and a fastball up high. So Carlos falling behind a ball and no strikes. And the base is still loaded. There are 2 outs in the inning. Here's the pitch and a swing and a miss. Whitty tardy on a high 94-mile-an-hour fastball. One ball and 1 strike to Jansen Whitty. Navas a belt high set and the 1-1. And Whitty swings and misses late again on 93. One ball, 2 strikes. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 8-1 Tacoma. Here's the pitch, and it's low and outside. Whitty lays off. And it's 2-2. If Whitty reaches and Reinheimer comes up, it would mark the second inning of 4 that we've played, in which Tacoma has sent everyone to the plate. Two balls, 2 strikes. Navas fires, and a swing and a foul back. Was in on the hands. It's fouled back over our heads into the suites. Two balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded, 2 outs. And the pitch from Navas. A swing and a miss. He got him 93 up and in. And Whitty's tough afternoon continues. He's been the only Tacoma hitter that's had a really tough afternoon. And for Navas, his first out comes in the form of a strikeout. But Tacoma gets 2 more runs on 3 more hits and 2 more free passes. There were no errors. And the bases were left loaded. And heading to the bottom of the 4th, it's the Rainiers 8 and the Aces 1 on MILB TV and the Aces Radio Network. The Rainiers 8, the Aces 1. Zach Bayruti, glad to be with you from Greater Nevada Field. And once again, happy Memorial Day to you. Aces Baseball is brought to you in part by Greater Nevada Credit Union, here for everyone in Nevada and the official financial services provider of the Reno Aces. Visit gncu.org today to learn more. Well, this Reno offense likes to wait until the late innings to get their party started, but they're down by 7 runs going into the bottom of the 4th, so it would behoove them to start a little bit earlier today. Logan Verrett has given up 1 run on the first pitch he threw to Nick Heath. Heath hit a home run. That gave the Aces a 1-0 lead, but the euphoria was short-lived as Tacoma came back with a 5-run top of the 2nd as that pitch to Varsho is up and away, ball 1. Varsho, Ellis, and Beer, the trio due here in the 4th inning. The third baseman, Whitty, is midway between the infield-outfield grass, well off the line. The shortstop, Reinheimer, is shaded up the middle, and the pitch to Varsho is bounced foul into the first base dugout. And it's even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Dalton Varsho's first series with the Aces. It would have been last year, when Varsho was a true member of this team. Would have been his AAA year in 2020. The pitch is swung on, popped up. This is third base foul territory. Drifting over there is Whitty, and Whitty on the warning track and third base foul ground makes the catch. And there's one away, and Drew Ellis coming up. But Varsho instead got to see some major league time both last year and at the start of this season. Obviously, he's a guy the Diamondbacks would love to have up, but when he's ready. And And probably some time at AAA will do him well. Already off to a nice start in an Aces uni with that home run in his first game here at Greater Nevada Field on Thursday. Ellison from the right side. He struck out swinging his last and only time up. The pitch, and it's outside, ball one. Much different looking sides of the scorecard today. Tacoma side looks like a coloring book, and to the Reno side, other than that Heath home run, looks clean as a whistle. 1 ball and no strikes to Ellis. The outfield straight away. The first baseman Travis is well off the line in midway, and the pitch to Drew is very high. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. That was the 40th pitch thrown by Verrett. Verrett working with a comfortable lead. Again, 8-1 Tacoma. They've out-hit Reno 9-1. The pitch is a strike at the knees, and now 2-1. By the way, defensive changes for Tacoma, as again they had a pinch run for Travis, who got hit by a pitch. Whitty has gone across the diamond to play first base. Here's the pitch. And it is inside, and it's 3-1. And it was Ty Kelly making that catch at third base. Into third base foul territory, so I beg your pardon. Here's the 3-1. And a check swing roller towards shortstop. Reinheimer is up with it. He throws on to first. Whitty is there, and it does not have to get on his tiptoes. That was right on the money from Reinheimer, and 2 up and 2 down for the Aces in the bottom of the 4th inning. So again, Ty Kelly is playing third, and Jansen Whitty is at first. The pitch to Seth Beer is a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Swinging a ground ball to the right side. The overshifted second baseman Long on the shallow right field grass vacuums it up and throws to first to get Beer. And an easy 1-2-3 inning worked by Verrett, who's coasting right now. Nothing across for the Aces in the 4th. And on to the 5th here in downtown Reno. It is the Rainiers 8, the Aces 1 on MILB TV and the Aces Radio Network. Tacoma coming up in the top of the 5th inning with batters 9, 1, and 2 scheduled. Reinheimer, and then at the top of the order, Shed Long and Luis Torrens. The Rainiers 8, the Aces 1. And Tacoma, after being stunned in yesterday afternoon's game, seeing a 4-run lead in the 9th inning quickly evaporate. They've been all over the Aces today. That pitch is up and in, ball 1 to Reinheimer, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored in the 2nd. He flied out to center his last time up. Aces winning 7-6 yesterday on Brian Holliday's 3-run blast with 1 out and 2 on in the 9th inning. Pitch is up and outside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Tacoma won 7-1 on Saturday. That was that home run parade night for the Rainiers. Blankenhorn, Trammell, Raleigh, and Thomas. Pitch, a swing and a pop-up. This is to right and toward the line. Lipka racing over. Going back is Beer, and Lipka will secure it deep in right field foul territory near the sidewall. He had a long way to go. And you knew that Lipka had the best angle. Beer was with his back to the infield, so that was going to be a real difficult play for Seth. And Lipka with the speed enough to get there and make the catch for the first out in foul territory. And now top of the order and Shed Long. But if Tacoma were to win this game today, it would set up a chance for them to split this series tomorrow. The Aces have won every series to this point on the young season. That pitch is outside, ball 1 to Shed Long, who's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Everybody for Tacoma has reached with the exception of Jansen Whitty, the 8th place hitter, who's 0 for 3. That one's outside from Navas, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Matt Gage, by the way, goes 2 innings in his Aces debut. Allows 3 runs, all earned on 6 hits, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. Navas allowed 2 of his 3 inherited runners to score in that 4th inning. The pitch up and outside, and it's 3-1, or 3-0, I should say, beg your pardon, to Shed Long. There's a swing and a bouncer up the first base line. It stays fair. So Long swinging on 3-0, and he bounces it to Seth Beer, who has an easy play, 3 unassisted. So that helps Navas out. Long puts it in play, attacks a 3-0 pitch, and with 2 outs and the bases clear, Luis Torrens is coming up. Torrens is 2 for 3. Torrens has singled twice, driven in 2 runs. Here's the pitch, and it's up and in, ball 1 to Torrens. Again, coming into this game, Luis Torrens has 4 home runs since May 22nd. 4 of his 7 hits coming into this game had left the yard, but today he has 2 singles, so he's hit and stayed in the yard today, which has been unusual for him. That's up and away. And Navas again falling behind, 2 balls and no strikes. A key for any pitcher is obviously getting ahead in counts, and Navas has had a hard time doing that in this outing. The 2-0 is outside, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. Well, he fell behind Long 3-0, and Long put one in play for an easy out. You wonder if Luis Torrens will take here on 3-0. Here comes, and a fastball right down the chute for a strike. It's 3-1. Three and 1 to Torrens, and it's on the way, and it's swung on and lifted foul out of play to the right. So Navas has picked himself up here and battled back in this count. It's now full at 3-2. Cal Raleigh on deck. He'll either bat here in the 5th inning or be the guy to lead off the 6th, depending on what happens with Luis Torrens. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a pop-up. This is again off to the right, and back of the first base dugout it goes. This game started by Humberto Castellanos. Castellanos went an inning and 2/3, gave up 5 runs on 3 hits. Matt Gage in his Aces debut went the next 2 innings, gave up 3 runs on 6 hits. And Carlos Navas to this point has worked 1 inning. If you add up the outs, he's gotten 3 of them. Here's the 3-2 again, and it's outside, ball 4. So Torrens walks, and that is the 6th walk, not including the bases loaded hit by pitch issued by Aces pitching today. Here's the pitch, and it is in tight, ball one. To Raleigh, a switch hitter batting left-handed against the righty Navas. Tacoma 8, Reno 1. The Rainiers have hit the Aces 9-1, and they benefited from now 6 walks. Here's the 1-0, and a swing and a little flare. That's back of third and over the leaping Ellis into left, and a base hit. Holding at second base, and now caught between second and third is Torrens, and they will tag him out, and it was Cintrone tagging him out. So it's going to be a base hit for Raleigh, and Giancarlo Cintrone ended up applying the tag on Torrens, who got a little bit too aggressive, thinking about going first to third. And it's going to go 7-4-6, I believe, on that putout to end the inning. It was definitely started by Duzenak. It was definitely ended by Cintrone, and logically Andy Young would have been the guy in between. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors after that, 1 left. And going to the bottom of the 5th, it's Tacoma 8 and Reno 1 on MILB TV and the Aces Radio Network. We are about to get started in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's 8-1 Tacoma, but first let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Aces Radio Network. The first pitch from Logan Verrett in the bottom of the 5th is in for a called strike, and 0-1 to Jamie Ritchie. Along with Sean Fincham back at our KPLY studios, Mike Harrison and his video team getting this game to you via MILB TV. Zach Beyruti, so glad to be with you on a gorgeous Memorial Day here in Northern Nevada. That pitch is a strike, and it's 0-2. That was down the middle at 83 from Verrett, who comes into this inning having retired 9 in a row. There's the 0-2. And it's very high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. This stretch did, with that nice catch in right made by Trammell after Seth Beer was hit by a pitch. Ritchie hit a sinking line drive out toward right, and Trammell made a great catch on it. The pitch is in tight, and it's 2-2. And I mentioned at the time that was kind of a game changer because at the time Tacoma was up 5-1. And if Trammell doesn't make that play, you're talking about 2 on, nobody out, and then you start putting some pressure on the pitcher, but kept it a comfortable spot for Verrett as Ritchie swings and pops one up foul, and that'll reach the seats off to the right. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch is on the way, and a swing and a foul straight back. Jamie Ritchie, a native of South Hadley, Massachusetts. That is right in the middle of the state. If you're familiar with the University of Massachusetts, UMass Amherst, it's right where that is. Kind of getting out into the country parts of the Commonwealth to get out to those parts of Massachusetts. That pitch is low and outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Ritchie, to be followed by Lipka and Duzenak. The pitch on the way, and Ritchie will take strike 3 called. That came in knee-high at 84. And Verrett gets him to begin the bottom of the 5th inning. Like a slider that time from Verrett. And Ritchie is down looking. 3rd strikeout for Verrett, and Matt Lipka coming up next. Verrett, we started talking about him earlier, and his innings have been so fast we haven't really had a chance to delve into his path. As Lipka in from the right side, again, flied out to center his only time up, and the pitch is swung on and foul tipped at the plate. Ouch, that one bit Luis Torrens, and Torrens, he is right now on his hands and knees. Let's see. happened so fast on that replay. I couldn't tell where exactly it got him. If you're watching on MILB TV, here comes the replay. They're going to slow it down a little bit more. I think it got him up in the shoulder area, if I'm seeing it right. But he's limping, so I think it got him on the thigh and then came up. I was worried it got him between the legs. It may have. That replay angle, you can't see it quite head on where it got him, but obviously got him somewhere on the lower half. And he's taking off his right shin guard. There we go, a head-on look here on MILB TV. Oh yeah, got him inside of his right knee. Ouch. Right on the inside of his patella. So Torrens trying to walk it off. Well, that's a little bit better than between the legs, which is where I thought it got him originally. It's still not pleasant whatsoever. Matt Lipka gets in the box and tells Torrens, hang with him. In some ways, you have to be a glutton for punishment to want to catch. So Torrens back behind home plate in the squat. And Lipka back in from the right side. 0-1 to Lipka. And the pitch on the way is taken for a strike on the inside. And now 0-2. But going back to Logan Verrett, again, originally drafted by the Mets. And then he made his way to the Rangers organization with the Mets in AAA in 2015. He played in Vegas when they were still the 51s. That's up and in, and it's 1-2. And then ended up getting to the Mets, actually, getting the big leagues, I should say, with the Mets in 2015 before then proceeding to the Rangers, and he played 4 big league games with Texas in 2015. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a chop to the left side. One big bounce for the third baseman, Kelly. He has it. He throws to first, a little bit high, but handled by Whitty. Again, Kelly came in to pinch run for Sam Travis, and then stayed in the game to play third base. It pushed Whitty over from third to first. So 2 away, and Camden Duzenak coming up next. In 2015, he was a waiver claim, Verrett was, by Texas. There's the pitch on the way, and it is a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. 2015 was an interesting year for Verrett. Claimed off waivers by the Rangers from Baltimore on April 2nd. He was DFA'd on April 24th. Returned to the Mets on May 4th as a Rule 5 draft returnee, as that swung on and grounded up the middle and through for a base hit. So Camden Duzenak will break up this stretch of 11 in a row retired by Verrett. And up comes Giancarlo Cintron. There was a stretch in yesterday's game where Robert Winslow, who again made his debut in AAA coming from Modesto, where he retired 11 in a row before that was broken up by a Henry Ramos single in the 8th. It was a stretch yesterday. That was part of a greater stretch for Tacoma pitching where they set down 16 straight. A swing and a ground ball to the left side. Moving to his right is the shortstop Reinheimer. He has it, goes the short way to second for the fielder's choice force play that ends the inning. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left for the Aces. And on to the 6th we go. It's the Rainiers 8 and the Aces 1 on MILB TV and the Aces Radio Network. Tacoma batting in the top of the 6th inning and with a big lead, 8-1 Rainiers. And Taylor Trammell will lead it off. Trammell is 1 for 2. He has singled most recently. That was in the 4th. He's also walked and flied to right. Carlos Navas is still out there for the Aces. Navas, the 3rd Reno pitcher of the day. Overshift is on to the right side, and that pitch is low and outside, ball 1. Aces have just 2 hits. That base hit that Duzenak got also gave him back-to-back games with a hit, but it was just the 2nd Reno hit of the day outside of the Heath home run on Verrett's first pitch as that swung on and missed by Trammell, and it's 1-1. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a rope toward right field. Lipka is coming in. He dives head first, and he can't quite squeeze it. The ball gets out of his glove, but Lipka recovers and fires it into second base, and he holds Trammell to a single. Great effort by Lipka. He had it in the glove and just couldn't squeeze it. It rattled out as he hit the turf. That was a frozen rope off the bat of Trammell, and Lipka moving in and to his left toward the line. Almost made a sensational diving catch, but Trammell with a single to open the 6th inning. It's the 2nd hit allowed by Navas. And now Dylan Thomas. In from the left side is Thomas, and a pitch. And he swings and fouls it back for strike 1. Thomas struck out in a key spot for Matt Gage in the 4th inning. He was the last batter that Gage faced, and he was facing him with the bases loaded and 1 out. So he struck him out. Then Navas came in, and Navas would end up hitting Sam Travis and walking Jose Marmoleos, and 2 runs would end up coming in anyways. The pitch is low. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss. 85 there from Navas, a little wrinkle for Thomas, who's now behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball and 2 strikes to Dylan Thomas. Ty Kelly is on deck. Runner goes. The pitch is up and in. The throw down to second will not be in time, and it pulled Cintron away from the bag to the right side of the infield. That pitch was way up and in on Thomas, who was exhaling right now. That pitch was up by his eyes. Thomas was spun back down to the ground. And Trammell had the throw by plenty. Again, no tag even tried by Cintron, who was out of position. So Trammell at second base. Two balls and 2 strikes to Thomas. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a ground ball pulled through and a right for a base hit. Trammell hitting third. He's being waved around by Negron. The throw in from Lipka will not be in time as Trammell standing up at home plate. And Dylan Thomas with an RBI single. So Thomas, with his first hit of the day, drives in his first run. First time that Taylor Trammell has dented the plate today. And it's 9-1 Rainiers. So the tough afternoon continues for the Aces as Kelly comes up for the first time. Again, Sam Travis had occupied this spot and was in the midst of a tremendous afternoon. Homered his first 2 times up, but then he got hit in the wrist, I believe, by a pitch from Navas. He was the first batter that Navas faced. It brought in a run, but it also took him out of the game as Kelly fouls that pitch back for strike 1. Here's the 0-1, and Kelly takes up and away. Ty Kelly in his 3rd game with Tacoma. Check that, his 6th game. It didn't sound right. Runner goes. The 1-1 is a strike on the outside corner, and there's no throw down by Varsho. So Thomas with an uncontested steal of second. And 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kelly. Kelly in his 5 games with Tacoma has 2 hits and 15 official at-bats, including a home run. 5 runs batted in. A switch hitter. Batting left-handed against the righty Navas. And the pitch is up and away. Cameron Gann is throwing in the Aces pen. Here's the 2-2. And a swing and a foul ball slashed off to the left. Two balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch from Navas is swung on and lifted to left field. Duzenak initially came in, now he goes back and he's square to the infield. Duzenak makes the catch, tagging, holding at second is Thomas. So Kelly in his first at bat flies out to left, there's 1 away. And Jose Marmoleos comes up, and Navas getting Kelly out in a fashion that does not allow Dylan Thomas to advance to third base and be there with less than 2 outs. Pitch is swung on and lined toward right, sinking fast. Lipka is going to slide forward and make a terrific catch. Lipka, who almost caught the ball off the bat of Trammell to start the inning, gets to this one. And a great play to rob Marmoleos of a hit. A low liner to right, and Lipka coming forward, kind of had a dive forward. Didn't sprawl out for it, but a great play as Lipka had to get off his feet to get there. The 2 away, and Jansen Whitty. The pitch, and Whitty swings and fouls it back for strike 1. It's 9-1 Tacoma. A run in this inning for the Rainiers. The first and 5th innings, the only innings in which Tacoma has not scored runs. Here's the pitch, and it's swung on and missed. And now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to Jansen Whitty. And the pitch is swung on in line into center field. That's a base hit and a 2-strike mistake made by Navas. He left one right in the zone. Coming in to score is Dylan Thomas, and Jansen Whitty is finally off the schneid in this game. He was the only Tacoma hitter in the starting lineup that had not reached base. So the Rainiers now in double digits in the run column. It's 10-1. And Blake Lawley was hopeful that Carlos Navas could get out of this inning. And Navas will be lifted here for Cameron Gann, who will come in and have a runner at first base, Whitty, with 2 outs. In a 10-1 ball game, Tacoma well in front. And we will step aside. We'll come back to Greater Nevada Field after this call to the bullpen break. You get our score. The Rainiers 10 and the Aces 1. And we're back after this on MILB TV and the Aces Radio Network. Cameron Gann is the new pitcher for the Aces. It's 10-1 Tacoma. And Gann inherits a runner at first base with 2 outs. Gann making his 7th appearance this season for Reno. 8 1/3 innings worked. He's given up 3 runs, all earned on 6 hits, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts. And his assignment will be Jack Reinheimer, the 9th place hitter. So Reinheimer is in, and we are ready to go. Gann taking over for Carlos Navas. Navas went 2 innings if you count up the outs, and he's still responsible for Whitty at first base. Outfield straightaway, Gann with a high set. He delivers, and it's a fastball right there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Navas to this point has allowed 2 runs, but again, still responsible for Whitty at first, so you don't close the book on him yet. There's the pitch coming, up and in to Reinheimer, and it's 1-1. There's a swing and a pop-up. This is first base foul territory. One ball and 2 strikes to Reinheimer. The third baseman, Ellis, is back toward the outfield grass. Outfielders are straight away. And Gann, on the third base side of the rubber, kicks and delivers. And a swing and a pop-up. This is first base foul ground again. Beer going over toward the dugout, but that'll be back out of play. So Jack Reinheimer is wearing out the first base foul territory here. Navas gave up 4 hits. And they were all singles. One ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch, and a swing and a foul back. This is straight back this time. Navas walked 2 and hit a batter. And again, he struck out 1. One ball and 2 strikes to the right-handed hitting Reinheimer. And the pitch coming, and it's low and outside. Tried to get him to bite on a slider, and he would not. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the 6th. It's 10-1 Tacoma. Pitch is swung on and lifted to deep right field. Going back is Lipka, but he is squared up in front of the warning track, and he makes the catch. And the inning is over. But the Rainiers add 2 runs, and they do so on 3 hits, all singles. A couple of stolen bases helped their cause. There were no errors, and 1 man stranded. So, going to the bottom of the 6th, it's Tacoma 10 and Reno 1 on MILB TV and the Aces Radio Network. The Aces have a big deficit to try and erase here. They trail by 9 runs as we go to the last of the 6th. It's 10-1 Tacoma. And the top of the order coming up for Reno, Nick Heath, Andrew Young, and Dalton Varsho facing Logan Verrett. And Verrett has barely broken a sweat today. The one run that he gave up was on his first pitch. It was a home run hit by Nick Heath. And since then, he has dealt with only 2 base runners. Seth Beer was hit by a pitch to start the 2nd, never moved off of 1st. Camden Duzenak singled with 2 outs in the 5th to break up a stretch of 11 in a row set down by Verrett. And then Cintrone would ground into a fielder's choice force play right after that, as that's swung on by Nick Heath and fouled back for strike 1. 10 runs, 13 hits for the Rainiers. 1 run, 2 hits for the Aces. There's the pitch, and a swing and a fly ball lifted toward the left field corner. That is slicing out of play and into the party deck area down in the left field corner. No balls and 2 strikes. That Heath home run, again, it marked the 2nd straight pitch on which the Aces homered, going back to Holiday's walk-off yesterday. And then the first pitch thrown by Verrett, Heath homered, and then Andy Young attacked the first pitch, but he fouled it back. I was hoping for 3 in a row. There was one time, I'll get into it after this 0-2. It's on the way, and a swing and a foul back. I'll never forget the venue. I was with the Stockton Ports, and it was, I want to say, 2013, somewhere around there. A guy by the name of Josh Whitaker, who was a power-hitting outfielder for Stockton at the time. He homered in San Jose, which is a tough ballpark in the Cal League in which to homer. The wind just kind of always blows in for some reason there. But he homered on 3 pitches as it swung on and bounced fair. It's backhanded behind the line by Whitty. He'll throw to first to the pitcher covering, and Heath able to leg it out. Behind the bag, Jansen Whitty made a nice play to get it, and Nick Heath with just too much speed and beats everybody to the bag. Wasn't with a backhand, it was with a forehand, but he was going towards the line. And close play at first. So an infield single for Nick Heath. And we'll see if that sparks the Aces. This next pitch will be only number 65 thrown by Verrett. Here's the pitch, and it is up and in, ball 1. Anyways, Josh Whitaker homered on the first pitch, his first 3 times up in San Jose that night. So, what do you think he does 4th time he comes up? There's the pitch on the way, and it is inside, and it's 2-0. He took a fastball right down the middle, and I was so upset. How do you hit a home run on the first pitch you see in 3 straight at-bats, and you don't even try the 4th time you come up to see if you can get 4 in a row as that's swung on and missed? And it's 2-1. Or at least Andrew Young tried. He swung at that 2nd pitch that Verrett threw and fouled it back. The 2-1 is a strike on the inside corner, and now 2-2. The pause and the 2-2. And it's down and away. Young would not chase, and now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch coming to Young. Heath at first base. It's on the way, and Young swings and misses. That one moving down and away. And Young is down on strikes, and for Verrett, his 4th strikeout of the afternoon. One down, Dalton Varsho, who is grounded to second and fouled out to third. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a bouncer to the right side. It's going to be gloved by Whitty. He goes to second for one. The throw to first, so the pitcher covering will not be in time, and the ball kicks off the glove of the pitcher, Verrett, trying to get the 3-6-1 double play turn. They get the 3-6 on the fielder's choice. Varsho runs very well for a catcher. Very good speed, plus speed for his position. And with 2 away, Drew Ellis coming up. The pitch is outside, ball 1. Tacoma 10, Reno 1 in the bottom of the 6th inning at Greater Nevada Field. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss. 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Ellis couldn't find it, and it's 1-1. Again, tomorrow, this series concludes at 6:35 p.m. Pacific time. Our pregame coverage on the radio at 6:25. Josh Green for the Aces, and is still TBD for the Rainiers. Outfield straight away for Ellis, and he swings and loops this one shallow right, and it's going to drop in for a base hit. Varsho will hold at second. Off the end of the bat, Drew Ellis serves one the opposite way, and that is the 4th Reno hit. So the Aces have doubled their hit total in this inning. Came into the inning with 2 knocks, and they have 2 in the frame. So now Varsho at second, Ellis at first, and Seth Beer coming up. And Seth is 0 for 1. He's been hit by a pitch and grounded at second. And again, Beer hit by a pitch for the 8th time this season, and he far and away leads everyone on this Reno roster. Nobody else has been hit more than once. Here's the pitch, and it is inside, ball 1. To the left-handed hitting Seth Beer. So this is the first time that Verrett has had to deal with multiple runners on. The Tacoma bullpen's still quiet. He is still relatively cruising, and especially with a 9-run lead. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a high fly ball to deep right. Going back is Trammell. He's going angled to his right at the warning track, and he makes the catch on the track in front of the wall to end the inning. It looked like Seth had gotten underneath it when he made contact. You just never know how far the ball is going to carry here, and that time it took Trammell out to the warning track, and the side is retired. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left. On to the 7th. It's Tacoma 10 and Reno 1 on MILB TV and the Aces Radio Network. Top of the 7th inning, it is 10-1 Tacoma. This has been the Rainiers' day to this point. Cameron Gann, who got the final out of the 6th inning, faced 1 batter and retired Reinheimer. Will face the top of the order, Shed Long, Luis Torrens, and Cal Raleigh as Long attacks the first pitch and fouls it back for strike 1. Ten runs, 13 hits, no errors for Tacoma. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for Reno. Tacoma got its scoring started with a 5-run top of the second. They really haven't looked back as a swing and a fly ball out to left. Duzenak is there, moving to his left, back a little bit. He makes the catch. Long is retired. He's now 0 for 4, and Luis Torrens comes up next to his 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. He also has walked, driven in 2 runs, and scored a run. So Luis Torrens in the 2-hole has been heavily involved today. Once again, in conjunction with the Washoe County Health District, the Aces announcing that on Thursday we will be 100% capacity here at Greater Nevada Field. For tickets, RenoAces.com or text TIXX to 21003 as that's line foul off to the right. And it's strike 1 on Torrens. The Aces and the River Cats kick off a 6-game set here on Thursday night after a day off on Wednesday. The pitch is up and outside, and it is 1 ball and 1 strike to Luis Torrens. One is high and tight, and it's 2-1. Gann is the 4th Aces pitcher today. Humberto Castellanos started this game, allowed 5 runs on 3 hits in an inning and 2/3. He walked 3, did Castellanos, and struck out 2. Matt Gage went 2 innings, gave up 3 runs on 6 hits, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. The pitch is in there for a strike. 82-mile-an-hour slider, and it's 2-2. Carlos Navas went 2 innings, allowed 2 runs on 4 hits, walked 2, hit a batter, and struck out 1. And now Gann, who has retired the 2 batters that he has faced, has 1 out. The base is empty here in the 7th. He fires, and it's inside, and it's going to hit Torrens. I think it got him in the jersey. Nope. It got him maybe in the hip. Checking the replay now. Yeah, I got him in the hip on the left side. So Torrens is aboard for a 4th time today, and now a swing by Raleigh and a foul for strike 1. Infield is overshifted to the right side. It's Ellis, the 3rd baseman, playing in the shift to the right of second, and Cintrone, the shortstop, playing his normal post to the left of second. The 2nd baseman, Young, is on the infield dirt, and Beer is holding on Torrens at first base, and the 0-1 is outside. Evens things at 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch is swung on and missed. 94 to the outside, and now 1-2.
Archie!
1 ball and 2 strikes, both Gann and Raleigh getting reset. The 1-2 is low and inside. And it's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gann out of Stephen F. Austin, spent 4 years there. Pitch is outside, and the count pushed full 3-2. He was drafted by the D-backs in the 27th round in 2015. Got his feet wet with Reno for the first time. Couple of spot appearances in 2016. That's the year that he spent mostly with Visalia in High A. 3-2. A swing and a pop-up, And this is first base foul territory. Beer is drifting over to the dugout, and Beer will make the catch near the dugout railing. So Raleigh, a dangerous hitter, disposed of, and now Taylor Trammell, and Trammell is 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. So Torrens still at first base, and the pitch is swung on and bounced to the right side. The overshift is on. Ellis, the third baseman, playing to the right of second, will underhand to the shortstop Cintrone at second, so it'll be a fielder's choice. The 0-5 to 6 at second base. And the inning is over, and a good inning worked by Cameron Gann. No runs, no hits, no errors. And one man left stranded as we stand and stretch on Memorial Day. Still a very nice crowd on hand. Again, it'll be a COVID capacity crowd once again at Greater Nevada Field, and there'll be full capacity on Thursday. And you don't want to miss being out here with everyone and getting in on the fun. And it'll feel as back to normal as it ever has on Thursday. All the tickets for the June dates are currently on sale at renoaces.com, or text TIXX to 21003. Jamie Ritchie, Matt Lipka, and Camden Duzenak, batters 6, 7, and 8, are due to face Logan Verrett. The starter is still out there. Ten runs, 13 hits, no errors for Tacoma. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for Reno. Here's the pitch, and it is a strike at the knees. It's 0-1 to Ritchie. This is when the Aces are at their most potent late in the game. Saw case in point of that yesterday. It's going to take quite a bit here, down by 9 runs. The pitch. A swing and a fly ball, shallow right center field, and that's a start. It gets down for a base hit for Jamie Ritchie. So the leadoff man aboard, and that is the 5th hit of the day for the Aces. And Matt Lipka coming up next. Lipka in from the right side. He has flied to center and grounded to third. The pitch is swung on and popped up back of home plate and back our way. Strike 1 on Lipka. It's now a 3-game hit streak for Jamie Ritchie, who's at first being held by Whitty. Here's the 0-1, and a swing and a foul back, and it's now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Again, Camden Duzenak to follow. Seen a lot of ice cream at the ballpark today. Man, that looks good. Right now, 88. That's an ice cream kind of day. No balls and 2 strikes, and the pitch. And a swing and a foul back. Lipka getting a piece of an 85-mile-an-hour pitch from Verrett. Taylor Guerreri is in the Tacoma bullpen getting loose. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a little flare into shallow left. Marmoleos coming in, and Marmoleos gets there and makes the catch for out number 1. Jose Marmoleos able to cover the necessary ground. And he puts away Lipka for out number 1. I thought that was going to sit for Matt Lipka. It was off the end of the bat, but it hung up there, and Marmoleos able to secure it. One away, and Duzenak, who's 1 for 2. He has singled. That was in the 5th inning, and that broke up the stretch of 11 straight retired by Verrett. He was grooving on a Monday afternoon. Duzenak in from the right side, and Verrett delivers. And it's low and outside, ball 1. That's just the 20th ball thrown by Verrett today. 83 pitches, 63 of them for strikes. And Verrett doing what you do when you have a big lead with which to work. You throw strikes. And defense has worked very well behind him. The 1-0 is swung on and missed. Pitch moving down and in. And it's 1-1. The 1-1 is high and tight. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Ritchie at first base being held by Whitty. 10-1 Rainiers. Here's the 2-1 and a swing and a pop-up. This is back of the middle of the infield. Reinheimer and Long going out. Reinheimer calling for it, and Reinheimer still moving at an angle to his left makes the catch. So 2 away, and Giancarlo Cintron, the 9th place hitter, who's 0 for 2. JC has fly to right and hit into a fielder's choice. We have neglected the out-of-town scoreboard today. Let's not do that anymore, and we'll check in AAA, where we find that Vegas in Sacramento has an 8-7 lead. That game in the top of the 7th. Two games final. Get to them here in just a moment. The pitch on the way is swung on in line to straightaway center field, but right at Dylan Thomas, who makes the catch that ends the inning. So Cintron hit it on a line, but right at Thomas. I was going to tell you the 2 finals. Sugarland beat Albuquerque 3-2. Round Rock over Salt Lake 8-6. And later on, Oklahoma City will visit El Paso. No runs, 1 hit. No errors and 1 man left. 7 innings in the books. Tacoma 10 and Reno 1 on MILB TV and the Aces Radio Network. It's 10-1 Tacoma. The Rainiers batting in the top of the 8th inning. And it'll be Dylan Thomas, Ty Kelly, and Jose Marmoleos to face Cameron Gann, who's back out there for the Aces. Gann has worked an inning and a third scoreless and pitched around a hit batter in the 7th inning. Dylan Thomas has 1 hit, an RBI single in the 6th. He's 1 for 3. And the pitch on the way is going to hit him in the back. That was a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Thomas had nowhere to run and hide. So Thomas walks it off up the first base line. It's the second Rainiers batter that's been hit by a pitch today. Carlos Navas hit Sam Travis with the bases loaded to bring in a run, and that's why Ty Kelly is up right now. Kelly had to come in as a pinch runner as Travis got hit in the wrist and then was pulled from the game after hitting 2 homers in his first 2 at-bats. The pitch, and Kelly takes very high, ball 1. Outfield straight away, and the pitch. Up high again. So 2 balls and no strikes. Dylan Thomas at first base. not being held on with the Tacoma up 10-1. The 2-0 is just off the outside. Didn't miss by much. 3 balls and no strikes. .3-0 to Kelly is taken just off the outside, ball 4. So a tough open to the inning for Cameron Gann. 2 on with nobody out, and Jose Marmoleos coming up. Marmoleos has been aboard 3 times. He's walked twice, including once with the bases loaded. That was facing Navas in the 4th inning. And Marmoleos last time was robbed of a hit on a nice catch made by Matt Lipka in right. Here's the pitch, and it's up and away, ball 1. And now Dalton Varsho is going to jog out and have a chat here with Gann. Another reminder that for injured bones, joints, and muscles, skip the ER and head for Rock Express as the region's only physician-staffed orthopedic urgent care. Rock Express provides expert care that's faster and more affordable than the ER. Visit renoortho.com. Sam Mole is starting to get loose in the Reno bullpen. There's the 1-0 pitch, and it's low. 2 balls and no strikes. Gann sets and brings his 2-0, and a swing and a miss. 94-mile-an-hour fastball, and he blew it by Marmoleos. And it's 2-1. We'll see if that gives Gann a foothold here in this sequence. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 on, nobody out. 10-1 Tacoma. The pitch is swung on, topped foul, first base on deck area. And Gann is pulled even in this count now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gann split time in 2019 between Jackson and Visalia, 2 teams that won their respective leagues. Pitch swung on and missed. He got him off speed in the dirt. So Marmoleos is down on strikes, and a nice recovery by Cameron Gann, who has his first strikeout. And with 1 away, Jansen Whitty coming up. And Whitty is 1 for 4. He finally reached base his last time up. He was the last Tacoma player to do so. Had an RBI single to chase Navas from the game. There's the pitch, and it's swung on and lifted to straightaway center field. Nick Heath is there, and on 1 pitch, Jansen Whitty is retired. Both runners tag, and both runners will advance. The throw went toward the shortstop, Cintrone, and Ty Kelly advancing as well. So Thomas tags, goes to 3rd. Kelly tags and advances to 2nd. But now 2 outs, and Reinheimer, the 9th place hitter, coming up. Pitches in the dirt, ball 1 to Reinheimer. Reinheimer singled his first time up, has been held hitless since. He's 1 for 4 with a single and a run scored. Swings and slaps this one to the shortstop. Gathered in by Cintron, and he throws on to first to get Reinheimer, and that's a great recovery that inning by Cameron Gann, who hit Dylan Thomas, then walked Ty Kelly. He gets 3 outs in succession, and really after falling behind 2-0 to Marmoleos, coming back to strike him out was a big key in that frame. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 men left stranded. Bottom of the 8th coming up, it's Tacoma 10, Reno 1 on MILB TV and the Aces Radio Network. With Sean Fincham back at our KPLY studios, Mike Harrison, his video team, bringing you the game on MILB TV. Zach Bayruti, glad to be with you from downtown Reno on Memorial Day. It's a beautiful day weather-wise, not so pretty on the scoreboard for the Aces, who trail 10-1. And Taylor Guerreri is the new pitcher for the Rainiers. It was a beautiful outing from Logan Verrett, especially the way it started. He gave up a home run on his first pitch to Nick Heath. But that was literally the only blip on the radar outside of a couple of scattered singles for Verrett, who went 7 innings. And he gave up just the 1 run. It was earned on 5 hits. Guerreri deals, and the pitch is swung on and missed. And it's 0-1 to Nick Heath. Verrett didn't walk anybody. He did hit a batter. And he struck out 4. That one is outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. And barring a total catastrophe for the Rainiers, Verrett would get a win here today. The Aces have 6 outs left with which to play as that's bounced foul. It was in play up the first base side, but I think that got off the foot of Heath. Cal Raleigh is catching right now for Tacoma, so it's a new battery, and I'm not sure if Raleigh came in this inning or if he'd been in, but Raleigh is catching. Pitch is strike 3 called on the outside corner, so Heath is rung up. And a good open for Guerreri, and Heath not pleased about being rung up there. Guerreri making his 2nd appearance in this series. This season, his 5th appearance. He's 1-0 with a 3.60 ERA. 5 1/3 innings. He's allowed 2 runs on 5 hits, 1 walk, and 8 strikeouts, including that one of Heath. And now Andrew Young, who swings at the first pitch and lines it to right center field, coming in and misplaying the short bounce is Trammell. It's going to be backed up by Thomas, and that'll be a double, I would imagine, for Andrew Young. Trammell played himself into a bad spot as the short hop went on past him. It is confirmed that Raleigh has started catching this inning, so Torrens is no longer behind the plate. And Cal Raleigh was the DH, so the Rainiers have lost the DH. The pitcher would hit. It's swung on and grounded to first. It's going to be gloved by Whitty. He'll call off Guerreri, taking himself 3 unassisted to retire Varsho. By the way, they gave it a single and an error on Trammell. So a single E9 to get Young to second base. And now he's at third after that ground out with 2 away and Drew Ellis coming up. I'd have to believe that it was the knee of Torrens that kept barking. Remember, he took that foul ball off of his knee, off the inside of his knee. Lipka fouled off. That was in the last inning. Here's the pitch, and it is a strike at the knees. And 0-1 to Drew Ellis. The pitcher's spot will be coming up then in the top of the 9th inning. But again, it's 10-1 Tacoma. The pitch is in the dirt. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball and one strike to the right-handed hitting Drew Ellis. And here's the pitch, and a breaking ball sails high. Two balls and one strike. Activity in the Aces pen. It is not Sam Molds, a right-hander throwing for Reno. Ellis takes that pitch down and in, and it's 3-1. A swing and a ground ball pulled fair up the left field line and down to the corner. Coming in to score from third base easily is Young, and into second base with a double goes Drew Ellis. So that one tightrope the third base line and snuck just inside the bag. And Drew Ellis picks up his 13th RBI of the season. So that ties him with the active leaders on the roster with the Holiday and Kiricuto. Again, Leba, who is no longer on the roster, still has the team lead with 14. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a foul off to the left by Seth Beer. So an RBI double for Drew Ellis. Seth has been hit by a pitch, grounded to second, and fly to right. Here's the 0-1, and it is outside. One ball and one strike. So 10-2 now. Pitch is outside, and it's 2-1. Guerreri gives up a run that I believe could be unearned with the error that was charged to Trammell if he retires Beer here. 2-1 is up and away. 3-1. Jamie Ritchie is on deck. It's West Tunnel warming up in the Reno pen. The 3-1 is inside, ball four. So 2 on for Ritchie, who's 1 for 3 with a single. The pitch is up and in, ball one. Ritchie could easily have a 2-hit day. He was robbed of a hit on a great diving catch made by Trammell in the second inning. There's the 1-0, and it's in for a strike over the inside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jamie Ritchie. Lipka would bat next here in the 8th inning. Tacoma 10 and Reno 2. Well, one swing of the bat makes it a 5-run game, and that's about where it was yesterday when the Aces came back to win in the 9th. The swing and ground ball past the diving first baseman Whitty into right field, a base hit. Trammell is up with it. His throw home will be a hair late. As sliding across is Drew Ellis, and it's 10-3. RBI single for Jamie Ritchie, his second hit in as many innings. And the Aces bats coming to life late again. Beer is at second, Ritchie is at first, and now Lipka. The pitch, and Lipka swings and lifts this one toward the right field line. Trammell racing over, and Trammell moving to his left will get there and make the catch. And that does end the inning. But the Aces have their best inning of the day, finally give this crowd something to cheer about. They get 2 runs, and they will both be earned. Ritchie hit a short, they would both be earned. 2 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 error, and 2 men were left stranded. And on to the 9th inning, it's now Tacoma 10 and Reno 3 on MILB TV and the Aces Radio Network. New pitcher for the Aces is West Tunnel, so Tunnel takes over for Cameron Gann, who had a great outing today. Gann went 2 1/3 innings. It was dicey for him. In the 8th inning, he hit Dylan Thomas and then walked Ty Kelly, and then was behind Jose Marmoleos, 2 balls and no strikes, came back to strike out Marmoleos, and then got the next 2 batters out, got Whitty to fly to center, and Reinheimer to ground to short. So Tunnel is the new pitcher, and he'll face Shed Long to start his outing here in the 9th with Reno trailing 10-3. Here's the pitch, and it is a strike on the outside corner. Tunnel making his 4th appearance of the season. 2 1/3 innings, he has given up 2 runs on 1 hit, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a fly ball loop toward right center, and that is a base hit. Cut off by the right fielder Lipka, and it will be a leadoff single for Shed Long, with Luis Torrens coming up next. Outfield straight away, and the pitch coming is in tight, ball 1. To the pinch hitter again, this is the pitcher's spot. It is Kenny Taylor. The pitch, and Taylor takes in the dirt and to the backstop, and up to second base on a wild pitch goes Shed Long. So Taylor in from the right side again. They took Torrens out and moved Raleigh behind the plate. Raleigh was the DH, and the pitch is up and away. So 3 balls and no strikes. This is the AAA debut for Kenny Taylor. He was drafted in 2019 by the Mets. The pitch is a strike at the knees. Best I can tell, this is his first action of 2021. The 3-1 on the way from Tunnel is low and outside, and Taylor draws a walk. Kenny was at extended spring training, and he was assigned to Tacoma just 2 days ago. So it'll be a new pitcher. We know that in the ninth inning for Tacoma. And now Raleigh, who is the catcher in this game. Raleigh in from the left side has had another good day, 3 for 5. An RBI double, 2 singles, a run scored. And the pitch is up and outside, ball 1. It's Ryan Dull getting loose for Tacoma. Overshift on, 3 to the right of second, and the pitch is swung on and driven high and deep to right center. Heath and Lipka going back. It is going to be the deepest part of the ballpark and caught by Nick Heath right in that triangle. Tagging and going to third is Shed Long, and somehow Nick Heath had enough room to make that catch. That ball was absolutely creamed by Cal Raleigh, who was bidding to homer in a 4th straight game, and he would have had he not picked that part of Greater Nevada Field. That was way back there. And in the triangle, right up against 424, Nick Heath makes the catch. So West Tunnel breathes a sigh of relief for the moment. Taylor Trammell batting with runners at the corners and 1 out. Of course, down by 7 runs, the Aces are not playing the infield in. Here's the pitch, and it is a strike on the outside corner. That pitch is low and inside, and it's 1-1. The 1-1, a swing and a miss. That one cutting down and in. And now 1-2, and West Tunnel would love a strikeout here. And now Ellis will jog over to the right side of the infield. The third baseman plays on the right side in the shift, and Cintrone will go back to play his shortstop spot. Here's the pitch, and it's in the dirt and to the backstop. It ricochets right back to Varsho, so it keeps Shed Long at third base, but up to second base on a wild pitch goes Kenny Taylor. So second and third with 1 out. That takes a double play out of order. But again, West Tunnel is a strike away from keeping those runners at second and third, and there being 2 outs in the inning, which would be a much more comfortable situation if he can get Trammell, who's a very tough hitter to get. Here's the 2-2. A swing and a bouncer to the right side. This will get a run in. It's going to be fielded by the overshifted shortstop Cintrone, who throws on to first. 6-3, a run does score. It's now 11-3 Rainiers. Taylor up to third base, now 2 outs, and Dylan Thomas coming up. On the out-of-town scoreboard, Vegas is leading Sacramento 10-7. That game in the bottom of the 8th inning at Sutter Health Park. The pitch is swung on and missed by Thomas, biting down and in, and it's 0-1. Finals: Round Rock over Salt Lake 8-6. Sugarland over Albuquerque 3-2. And tonight, getting underway in about an hour, it'll be Oklahoma City and El Paso. Here it's 11-3 Tacoma. The pitch is up and outside, and it's 1-1 strike. Here's the 1-1. A swing and a ground ball pulled foul wide of first, and now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Dylan Thomas. Should he reach, Ty Kelly would bat next. Again, Ryan Dull will be the new pitcher once we get to the bottom of the 9th. There's definitely going to be a new pitcher as, again, they pinch hit for what is now the pitcher's spot. And you'd be led to believe it's Dull because he's throwing in the bullpen. I've been throwing in the bullpen this entire inning. One ball and 2 strikes. Tunnel delivers, and a swing and a pop-up. This is going to be shallow left. Coming in and to his right is Duzenak, and now moving toward the line. Duzenak makes the catch inside fair territory. The inning is over, but the Rainiers add 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 man left stranded. Is there going to be more 9th inning magic for the Aces today as we go to the bottom of the 9th? It'll be Duzenak, Cintrone, and Heath due up. It's Tacoma 11 and Reno 3. And we're back after this on MILB TV and the Aces Radio Network. So Dull takes over to try and close this one out for the Rainiers, who lead it 11-3 going into the bottom of the 9th inning. Guerreri went 1 inning for the Rainiers, and he gave up 2 runs. They were both earned on 3 hits. Guerreri walked 1 and struck out 1. Tacoma with 11 runs on 14 hits. Reno with 3 runs on 8 hits. Dull deals, and it is a called strike. And 0-1 to Camden Duzenak. Duzenak is 1 for 3. He singled in the 5th inning. He's also flied to center and popped to the shortstop. The outfield is slightly towards right. The pitch is swung on and hit high and deep to left. Going back is Marmoleos. Marmoleos toward the corner, looks up, and it is a foul ball. Over the wall, but a foul ball. A majestic strike, too. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch is just off the outside. The 1-2 is swung on, hit high and deep to left field again. Marmoleos this time looks up, and it is off. I thought the signage, and back on the field. Gann is hitting third base, or rather Duzenak, I should say, is hitting third base. Did that ball leave? It looked like it hit the signs and came back. If you're watching on MILB TV, we'll get another look. It looks like it hit below the yellow line. Close for Duzenak. But he has a triple to lead it off in the 9th, and that pitch is swung on and missed. It was a half swing, and certainly he went around. Appeal it, I'm shocked they do, but Cintrone is behind 0-1. Put the bat halfway through the zone. The pitch is low. And it's even at 1 ball and 1 strike. That pitch is low. And it's 2-1. 2-1, a swing and a fly ball lifted to the right side. That is drifting toward the seats and out of play. Logan Verrett is in line to get the win, and barring a disaster for Tacoma, he would improve to 2-0. And Humberto Castellanos is on the hook for this one for Reno. Be Castellanos' first loss as that swung on and popped up. First base foul territory. Whitty is going over there, and Whitty will make the catch. And Giancarlo Cintron fouls out, and there's one away, and now top of the order, and Nick Heath. Heath in from the left side. He homered on the first pitch thrown by Logan Verrett, and that's as bad as the day got for Verrett. He was spectacular after that. A swing and a bouncing ball to the right side. This will get him in as it's fielded by Long, the second baseman. He throws to first to get Heath. A run scores. Tacoma couldn't care less because their lead is now 11-4, and they have one out left to get into the win column with the bases empty and 2 outs. So Duzenak touches the plate after the leadoff triple. He scores, but now again 2 outs, the base is empty. Reno down to its final out. And Andrew Young in from the right side, and the pitch on the way, and Young will take a strike at the knees. The pitch is swung on and missed. That was a biting slider down and away, and Young could not hold his swing. So no balls and 2 strikes to the right-handed hitting Andrew Young, and the Aces down to their final strike on Memorial Day. The pitch is low and outside, and it's 1-2. Again, tomorrow, 6:35 first pitch. Our pregame coverage on the radio and MILB TV at 6:25. The 1-2 is in the dirt, and it's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 is going to hit him. Got him on the left shoulder, I believe. Yeah, the back of the left shoulder. So the game continues, and Varsho is 0 for 4. He'll get a chance to bat and to try and get his first hit. That pitch is a strike, and it's 0-1. The 0-1, a swing and a bouncer foul through the first base coach's box, and it's 0-2. The triple that started this inning, by the way, for Camden Duzenak, his first triple since he had a 3-bagger with Visalia on May 2nd, 2019, so just over 2 years ago when they were playing against Stockton. I called that game. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Very high, and it pops off the glove of Raleigh to the backstop. That'll be a wild pitch. One ball, 2 strikes. Runner at second is Young with 2 outs, and Reno down to its final out. The pitch is in the dirt. Varsho wouldn't chase. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Should Varsho prolong the game, Drew Ellis would bat next. Two. Inside and low. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So Dell having a hard time finding the last strike of this game, or the last out for that matter. See if Varsho keeps the line moving here for the Aces. Three-two is strike 3 called. He got him on an 83-mile-an-hour slider that caught the plate and was ruled knee-high by the home plate umpire, Reed Gibbs, and that is the ball game. That for Dull is his only strikeout, and for the Aces in the 9th, 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 man left stranded. Our final totals today: the Tacoma Rainiers, 11 runs, 14 hits, and 1 error. The Reno Aces, 4 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. The winning pitcher, Logan Verrett, he is now 2-0. The losing pitcher, Humberto Castellanos, he is now 2-1. And there was no save. We'll have the official time of the game and the paid attendance coming up on the post-game portion of our broadcast, which is coming up next from Greater Nevada Field here in downtown Reno. Our final score, the Tacoma Rainiers 11, the Reno Aces 4, and we are back with the post-game show next on the Aces Radio Network.